Awesome, great, glorious day it is. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Umubanga podcast, where we aim to inform, transform, as well as inspire. Yes, that's all. Yeah, so hopefully being informed, transformed, as well as inspired. And with me, I have, what's your name, Ma?
The butterfly, like your wife says.
Hey.
My name is Mofya.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Mofya.
Pretty much.
Yes. So, by the way, Bukata is not with us. This is what, the third week?
The third
right?
week.
The third week running. He's not with us. He's still enjoying. He was graduating over the past week on Friday. He graduated from at the only university in Zambia, in inverted commas. The so-called highest learning institution, which is closed because it has no toilets.
On midterm break. It's midterm break.
Yeah, it's midterm break. National midterm break.
The lectures go on break. On breaks. They need time to rest.
Yeah, so he graduated with a bachelor's degree in what?
Public administration with Mascom.
With Mascom. So a double major or it's
I don't know. He's the best person to.
Yeah, so we'll have him next week. I don't know if he will come with his graduation gown and all those
anything
things
from TGV.
Yeah, so yeah, so it was a busy week as well. Congratulations to the Umubanga brief writer, Sula Mavuya, who as well graduated
a Bachelor of Arts in Media and Journalism Studies.
So it was a full-blown graduation. So
we're having a graduation like after party or something.
No, we will not. So we have two people who are like the most learned in the crew so far.
Okay.
So we have Bukata and Sula.
Have you included yourself?
No, me, I don't have a degree yet.
Okay.
I'm still a long way to go. I have 2 years to go to get a degree.
Yeah.
The highest I have is a certificate.
Fair enough. At least you've got something. You've got something to your name.
Yeah. I think the next person's graduation is Lydia, who's getting a diploma.
Yeah.
By the grace of God.
Kaumbe.
Because wanafuna give up. No, nipase nje tuma welding, tuma chani, tuma soldering.
That's my thing. But thank God.
Yeah, so congratulations, and I know you are completing this year.
Yes.
You as well, Wana, completing this year. Next year's year. And then as well, Samantha is finishing this year. I'm getting a diploma as well, so at least I'll upgrade from a certificate to a diploma. Bit by bit. You know, like funny thing is that I did the first one was like a 3 weeks certificate in video production and editing.
Where?
At Zamcom.
Okay.
Which ended up being like I was there for like close to 6 months because the lecturer like really liked me, so it's just like so.
Oh my God.
So I did like the whole 6 months thing.
Okay.
So that was my first, and then, of course, at Zikas, I never came out with anything.
You did?
Yeah. And then I did 1 year at Open Window University, which was a certificate in film and design. So I did a whole 1 year certificate, which now moved into me doing a degree. So I'm currently in third year. So my graduation can only happen in 2028. So Nikaliko.
Keep pushing.
And funny thing is
easy.
that this is my 13th year from being out of high school. So 13 years later, and I have no degree to show forth for. So sometimes and actually before we dive into other things which have been happening, how do you feel when you see some of your friends succeed and you feel like you're left behind?
I don't think I think maybe to like try and slash out what you said, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about it. I think I'm one of those that, like, if my friends are succeeding, I genuinely like celebrate, right?
Yep.
But then for me, it acts as a wake up call to say you have to be on your feet. You know what I mean? Because at times you get very comfortable. Then, like, when you look at people and like you look at how far they've gone or what they're doing, I think for me it's like a wake up call to say, you gotta get back on your feet and continue running. So yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because like the pressure gets worse. Like you are there. Like it's And sometimes, like, when you even, I think last week we were talking about support and all those, right? And if support isn't great, to be like,
it's crazy.
But
wait, 13 years later, how have you handled it?
How have I handled it?
No, wait. Because look, right? During the graduations on Thursday and Friday, I had a friend of mine who's like 25 and she got her master's degree, right? So now, you who's had like friends, I don't know if you've had any who've like even gone as far as like getting PhDs and stuff like that.
No, like I saw during the graduation, like most of them were getting their masters and all.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you're making money, right? Away from like you getting your degree. Because I know you're going to listen, money is what, but like, how's that been?
I think from the onset, I was telling the guys yesterday that I have this phrase. I think I learned it from King's Malembe's song. Mango taipila pabo, like. So we can be from the same tree, but our is it correct to say our ripening time, like the time we get ripe, is different. So I take it as such, and I actually celebrate like most of my friends. Like from most of them, like we're getting married, having children, like getting jobs. Excelling in their education, and there I was, like, the only qualification I have is a 3-week certificate from.
But what about your parents and like those uncles?
So with my parents, well, I've never had that issue. Well, maybe because they've never like said anything about it. But I think one of the things which changed everything was the fact that they saw that I was responsible.
Okay.
So the fact that I was responsible and I was able to handle so many things. Education never became a pressure. So, yeah. And another thing is that I decided to take time. I think after Zikas, I got back to that place where I said, if I'm going to do school, I'm going to do something which I like.
Wait. So, getting back to you being at Zikas, right? Who was paying for your school fees, if you're okay with talking about it?
So, Zikas was Reverend Humphrey. So the way it was is that, so I learned photography from him. Yeah. So he had HPG photography then, and then I used to work with him. So we got to a place where I was no longer just a person who I was part of the business. So we were like, for the business to grow, we need a finance person. So you be the CFO for the business. Yeah. Let's take it to Seekers. And that's how come I went to Seekers. And then in that year, 2017. God began to do things. I think Reverend Humphrey was led to fully pursue this open window dream, to bring open window to Zambia. So that's how come we closed HPG photography. So now that transition in 2017 meant that if I'm going to continue with Zikas, I have to pay for myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we had to close HPG, the business. So when that happened, I'm like, paying for myself again. And then, because look, I would go into class, and kudos to, I think she was my financial accounting lecturer. I can't even remember her name. But if I check my phone, I might even find the group for finance. I might find it somewhere. One day she found me. Not she found me. So I was in class editing. So I used to sit like behind, and like those lecture theaters. Yeah. I've always loved the backbench, even in school. Like I was one of the bright kids, but I would always prefer to sit with the
behind.
No, with the guys.
With the guys.
Quote unquote, Sibanzerwa. But they were the fun guys. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. You were those
So. She noticed, boss, what are you doing? She asked the question, so I was busy. And then she's like, what are you doing? So she's like, you know that if you're not passionate about this, you can just stop.
In the middle of the lecture?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I had
Yeah.
that privilege of where somebody tells you that. So I remember exams come. So I wrote my first paper. So I'd actually paid, and like I was doing SEMA. So SEMA, you have to pay per exam.
Yeah.
So you use Zikas as just a tuition center where they have lecturers who guide you.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yes. So I wrote the first paper,
Mhm.
and I got like a 49.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days after, I was supposed to go write another one. Then I'm just like, I'm not going back.
Oh my God.
So, and that's how come that Zika's journey ended. I think I only told my parents a year later that I was out of Zika's, because now remember I said that HPG photography was closed, so I had nowhere to work.
Yeah. And you're not doing school.
And I'm not doing school. So now that was now the transition period now where Umubanga was coming up. So I remember in that space, I think October, November, December,
Yeah.
I'm receiving offers from people. Oh, come and work for us. Like
Yeah.
then I'm just like, okay, how much do you want to be paying me? They're like, oh, we're paying you this. I'm just like, I can make that in one shoot. So I was just like, nah. And then another one came through. He's like, hey, I'll buy you all the equipment, but then I need 50-50 sharing.
I'm doing the work. That's crazy.
But they said they would buy all the equipment.
Yeah.
So it means that
Wouldn't mean like after some time you'd have to give the equipment back to them?
No. It means that so we own the equipment together, but then I am the one to do the labor. So I thought about it. I was like, hey, great offer. I was like, nah.
Because I feel like it would be tiring
Yeah.
in the long run.
So another thing then happens, which will be funny. So you see how connected everything is, right?
Yeah.
So HPG photography had equipment, and then the equipment was sold. So it was sold to this company. Now, guess the owner of the company.
The man who was telling it, I'll give you everything.
No. So the owner of the company is the one who was supposed to be Sean Tembo's president, and then Sean Tembo the running mate, Mr. Chandaga Totowe.
Wow.
So you see how,
Oh
so,
my God.
you know, and all these things happening to him. I'm just like,
Oh my
I
God.
can call you and then ask you to like interview you, but then I'm just like, nah, it's okay. Let me leave it there. So they bought the equipment, and then because I don't know if the engineering company is still there. It's called Tomorrow Investment. So they wanted somebody to help them take pictures for their various sites. Actually, it was their company which made me tour like the northern circuit of Zambia, like the Mpulungus, the northern provinces, the Mansas, like all these places. Like, so I was so in that period, right? So 2017 till like February 2018, it was a moment of discovery. So I didn't even have the name Umubanga. It was now on my pictures, like all the pictures I'll take, I'll just write Dennis Mubanga Kabwe.
Like in full?
Yeah, in full.
Okay.
It's just like copyright Dennis Mubanga Kabwe. So, and kudos to Kings Malembe again. Like I was listening to a song by him and...
Have you met him?
Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have met him.
Have you told him that, like, look,
No,
I'm a
I've
huge
never
fan
told
of
him.
your
You know,
music.
like he's I won't say weird, but okay. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll
You've
say
already
about
said
Kings,
it.
right?
Uh-huh.
Is that it's okay.
Yeah.
Here's something. I think, and this is one thing which I don't like, and even most men of God, I treat them as such, right? If I know you're a man of God or anything, I'll not be close to you. Like I know, like for the sake of
safety.
yes, I'm safer that way. Like let me see you from afar.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Kings Malembe. Like I say, okay, not I'm a huge fan, but I'll not get close to you, because if I get close to you, like no,
Yeah.
like let's just keep
it's
the
fine.
distance. Like I'm okay as a fan from afar. Like
Fan wapatati.
so be we meet is just hey hello like Kwasida, like
Okay.
not even yeah. So so yeah, I was listening to a song by him, and I think I have it to date. So he says Chimuti cha Mobanga. Like I was like, oh, great, and it popped, clicked, like oh Umubanga. So that's how come I called one of my, well, he's now my friend, but he was my older brother's friend.
At the time.
Yeah, well, they're still friends to date.
Okay.
We're still friends to date. So he was a designer. So I called him and say, hey, create for me a logo for Umubanga. So he made the first logo. It had the whole camera symbol. I'm like, nah, scrap it off. Like it doesn't make sense. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'm coming through. Let's sit together. So he writes Umubanga in bold, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, this looks great, but it's missing something.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went on a Google search looking for a tree which would fit on the Umubanga.
The
So if you look
Umubanga.
at the first Umubanga logo,
Yeah.
it has an actual
Your
tree.
Yeah.
So the new logo which you have on your T-shirt
Mhm.
in a circle.
Yeah.
So the circle, of course, the meaning was a lens,
Mhm.
and then that symbol there is just an abstract of a tree.
Tree. Ah,
So
okay.
that's how we
Came up with the Umubanga name.
yes. So we just so when Umubanga turned 5 years, I decided it's okay. Let's rebrand it. Let's give it a new feel because the colors were just black and white. But then
okay.
now we're just like, okay, what do we go for? Purple. We wanted to go for green, but then green was going to feel like umoyo.
Ah, okay.
So I was like,
no.
nah, so it won't. Yeah. So that's been my journey. What was the question though? Like. It feels like you're interviewing me
Oh my
and then I'm
God,
just like
Ish,
sharing my life history. Like,
Oh my. Fine. I was asking you to say like the whole transition of you saying I'm dropping
Yeah.
out of school and who
Yeah.
paid for your school fees, but my main question was how did your parents take it and your uncles? So I think you did. Break it down.
Well, with my parents, of course, as I said, that it didn't matter because of responsibility
Yeah.
and all. And I think right now I've proven myself so much that they never asked me to say, so when are you bringing a degree for us? Like,
It's like I'm a savings.
yeah. Like, they see the money.
I think that's the whole point. I
Yeah.
think there's just a point where you reach where your parents know they trust you.
Yeah.
And they know to say this person they are doing like great. And initially like African parents, I remember growing up they would always tell us go to school so that you make money.
Yeah.
So like African parents, their visualization of like their importance of school is for you to make money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They attach it to that. So if they see you making money, like most of them are just like don't care. Just be like, oh, okay, he's succeeding, he's making money, he's doing well for himself. So
Yeah.
what's the whole point?
I think one of the pivotal moments when I knew I made it. And it's not even about money, it's not even about what. It's when it shifted to say, I am now the example for how other kids should grow up.
Okay. Okay. You're like, okay, now I'm
Be
going.
like Mubanga.
Be like Umubanga.
You should be like me. Like, man, I'm just joking. But
But
yeah, like just
Yeah.
that transition from where, oh, I am now an example.
Mhm.
Now I'm a shining example where
Yeah.
like all my younger siblings like I'll be like, oh, be like you. So like it's humbling and just so nice to get to see. Yeah, but of course as we grow and that's why I remember I asked you to say how does it make you feel when you see others like succeed and you see your peers like but 22 I am delighted to share that I have a master an MBA. Iwe, woo.
Anyway, how? Yeah.
Like, but when you understand that our life journeys are different and God is doing different things, it will give you peace. And you see, like even with this podcast, it's one of those things which has given me peace. Well, sometimes you guys are supposed to like, follow, share, subscribe. I understand marketing. I can put budgets around it,
Mhm.
but then what's the whole point of creating an illusion when it's not real because it's putting me under pressure.
Mm.
Ndiye
And
jamaa
numbers
kwamba
have to be made.
fake it till you make
Make it,
it,
yeah.
and I don't subscribe to that because most people die of depression because you want to show the world that you're making it. Me, I'll tell you, it's like I go out sometimes to places, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, boss, kuno kweta bwera. Me, I'm not buying anything. I do not have money. We just drink water.
I have the money, but
Yeah.
the money I have is just not budgeted for this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the same even with my wife. Like it doesn't have to go to, oh, we go for fancy dates. Let's go out. Like,
Yeah.
boss, there's no money.
Mhm.
Like there's no money. Like
Yeah.
we will adjust when it's good, we will adjust. When it's bad, we will adjust. And I think as people we should be like that.
Mhm.
And just enjoy the journey of life. The ups and downs, and because those are things which make us. Yes, Wana, what do you want to say?
Yeah, I want to say something about the whole fake it to make it. Okay, so one thing I've learned about like this whole Lusaka business or
When are you
what
from the
know.
Copper Belt?
She's
What you
from
say?
Sunda Station, so
Wow.
yeah, Cabo.
Okay. Okay. No, I understand. I get it.
Yes.
So it's people tend to like support you or what's or not if they know or think you've made it,
Yes.
you have it in life.
Yes.
I'll give an example of a pastor or let's say people like Branch, and not until they flex their fortuners,
Yeah.
that's when people will come to them. They'll get their products. They'll
Yes.
do what, or even as a pastor, people only come to your church or what's or not when they see there's something happening with you. And in that aspect, the happening is you being rich, you having the money, you, oh no, okay, that's King's Malembe. Oh, he has a helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when they'll like tune in and listen so much to your music. So like the whole fake it to make it is just because I think people have adopted it a lot in Lusaka because that's
Actually, I
how-
can give you a blueprint on what you can do. Part of the reasons why I am slow about certain things is that I don't think
when you say slow, what do you mean?
no, like I am not ready for the public, what the public will offer me, or I am not yet ready, like mentally ready to handle crazy numbers or traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a blueprint I can give you, right? What do we do? So we have the podcast, we have photography, we have what?
Live streaming.
Live streaming. Okay. So now I'm speaking as me, right? So I can take pictures. I speak on radio. I meet different people, well-known famous people,
Yeah.
like who I can call, like pretty much what anytime is a stretch, but I can call and they'll pick up. Actually, the on
Artist manager.
yeah, like all these things, right? So now here's how I can grow numbers. So the idea is to sell an illusion that I have made it. That's the whole point, right? So here's what I will be doing. Okay, so because I want it to sound like I'm a big voice, I'm a big fish in the nation, right? Okay, so every time I'm on RCV, Share Jesus Boldly, right? On Mondays, I'll just say, okay, guys, I need you guys to take a short clip of me, like just me speaking and dropping points and me just interacting with people. The more we do that, the more people are like, who's this person? We need to listen to this person. Next thing, I am taking pictures. Like, oh, show me. Here I am. I'm at the airport, or I am with so and so. I am doing this, right? Like, post. Here's me. We'll say, okay, let's go to the showgrounds because we have a famous evangelist who's come through, and Umubanga. I can enter any door and find my space there. Okay, like do that. Oh, I'll be with Pastor Leah, I'll be with Pastor Gift, I'll be with Deborah Mwamba, I'll be with Minister Timon. Like, do all those things. Like, show me, like, I'm so busy. Like, I'll like all those things, right? So you're creating an illusion to tell people to say you're a big shot, but then you're not. So it's like you're consistently in those spaces. You buy tickets to go to these more expensive spaces. Look at it, like Lusaka July. Lusaka July is pretty much like a networking event.
Yeah.
So I'll buy a ticket like worth 5,000 kwacha, which will give me access to everybody around, right? So I can go take pictures with them. I don't care. Do you remember there was a guy who used to comment on everything? Posi Zambia.
I think, I
don't know if you guys remember Posi
Zambia. It was a Facebook.
So I think that was the time Wizukanji was off the breakup with Your Maps.
I remember.
But now Posi Zambia came in. Posi Zambia used to comment on everything. Like on CNN, you find him. It's because when you come back to reality, you're like, this is not me.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how come I say that make your progress be steady. Like let it be organic.
Yeah.
Let it don't rush it, because when you rush it, this is where you now find yourself making mistakes. We have so many examples of people who, when fame came, it messed them up because it led them into a whole different crowd.
Yeah.
It led them into debt. It led them into depression. The reasons why a lot of famous people have depression, it's because when they are alone, they're with reality.
That's so true.
Like, I'm riddled in debt. I don't have any money. I don't have anyone who genuinely likes me. Like, look at it. It's so weird, right? You have 1 million followers, but nobody genuinely loves you.
Yeah, like everybody's just there for the show.
Yes, like let me meet Mofya. Like maybe he might feature me on the podcast, like stuff like that, right? That's the when we feature you on the podcast, you assume that we love you. We're just like, I'm just so
yeah.
So Yeah, so it's always important that we are authentic and true to ourselves,
That's so
because
true.
that way we'll not be depressed, we'll not try and prove that we are something which we are not. So yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy
Mhm.
on the ground.
Yes.
People try and leave. And I think that's the biggest problem we have with Zambians. Like, we're always trying to impress the
Yeah.
people, but it's crazy. Yes, Wana.
Overall, in some way, they fake it to make it. If you play it smart, brings you some money. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like perfect example is an artist who I don't know, but he's King Elist.
Ah.
So King
yeah.
Elist, I remember him from as far back as 2016, 2017,
Mhm.
right? So he would. I remember at some point we were in a shoot. I think he didn't even come with proper shoes. He had to get shoes from somebody. Like, and then when he posts, he feels like he's a
Like,
king. Like,
yeah.
but those things like worked for him. He would go to casinos, like he's there, like bowling, like. So he was creating a persona, and it worked. It got him brand deals. He wasn't. It's interesting that well, of course, he did blow like a little bit, but
Now it's
the
just
way he built his brand was good because it gave him like proper brand recognition. Another person is, of course, she's a thing. She's not poor, but
Yeah.
in terms of like branding and gave us a face, is Bombshell. Okay, do you know any Bombshell song?
And that's so true. You know?
You don't.
You actually.
But do you know any of the songs in the? So it's you have to be strategic on how you create these things. Look, we always see how on billboards we always see another person is Cleo as Queen. Like the only song which I know you guys know is Kuda, Woulda, Shoulda.
XO. I didn't even know that one.
Oh, like yeah. So like most people who know Cleo from like way back, like we just be like Kuda, Shoulda, Woulda, like.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
So yeah, so it works for people who do it correctly, and then they're as well true to themselves. I think for me the challenge is where you fake it so much that it becomes like it like forms a part of your truth that you yourself you believe in your craziness, like.
Yeah.
There it becomes delulu, like yeah.
Oh my gosh. Delulu's the big
Yeah. So, anyways, other delulus which have happened over the past week. I have 5 billion. Like, yeah. So we're in our political year. This is 2026, the year of the Lord. We're
Yes.
going to elections.
The year of the Lord.
13th August, and yeah,
How many days are we? I know ZNBC is
it's
been
like
doing
under
the
100
countdown.
days, like maybe
like
80 something.
80. I think if it's not 81,
Mhm.
then it's probably like in the 70,
Yeah.
79. Can't exceed 79.
Yeah, so I think who topped the week? Of course, we started with Gary Combo.
Yeah.
No, not Gary
No.
Combo.
Gary was, I think,
Yeah. So we started with Charles Chanda, who
Yeah.
was declared ineligible to stand
Ineligible.
because he's bankrupt,
apparently.
and he got upset to say, "Guys, I have
I
5
have
billion."
5 billion. You see, that thing that
I
we
think
said,
his
there's no
net
money in
worth
Zambia.
is no. Like I think he said he's worth 5 billion, not that he has the 5 billion, because he sells plots.
He sells plots?
Yeah, he sells plots.
Is he a real estate agent or he just sells plots?
He's into this whole land thingy.
Okay.
Like so. Yeah, Kylie land is. Speaking of land, I was looking at a house in South Africa which was going for 1.6 million rands,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, here in Zambia it would go for like $3 million. No,
For real?
yes, like
Ah, we
land.
can still much to
You know,
invest
like land
panja.
is so expensive in Zambia.
But why?
It's there's been like a massive inflation of prices, especially in Lusaka.
But you know, I feel like the fact that land is super expensive in Zambia, it's sad that we now have less Zambians occupying land space.
Because they don't have the money to.
That's what's crazy. But yeah, anyway, not that
And
they
because
should
of
drop them,
poverty,
but
others are selling.
yeah.
Look,
so
nina chifamu ningala kumunzi, nina chifamu as far as my eyes can see.
better
And then a
change
Chinese
to this.
person comes and says, "I'll give you 1 million."
I don't know
Dick.
if it's worth more than 1 million. But
Yep.
yeah,
No, like so our land, right? Like for example, would say Rotspark. So in Rhodes Park, when they say house for sale, you're not buying the house, you're buying the land. Because when you evaluate the house is maybe like valued like maybe like even like at 200p.
Yeah.
Right? But because the land is like valuable and because it's near town, it's got proper roads, hospitals are nearby, malls are nearby. So the Pesca land, they're selling to you the land at 5 million kwacha or 10 million kwacha. So you're buying the land at that inflated price. So reasons why things like have gone up is because of a lot of businessmen, like especially the Chinese, coming in and just saying, here, take 10 million. So, yeah. But anyways, back to Charles Chanda, who was declared ineligible. It's always interesting, I think, political years, because a lot of things come up.
Yes. They always find a way of floating back.
Yes.
Like, they sank, then back.
So, like,
water.
It was interesting. And then we had Gary Nkombo in Mazabuka being fought,
guys,
to file in as an independent candidate.
I was going through the comment section, and it made me realize that Zambians really do change a team fast to Koreo.
Like,
they are very fast. Like, the amount of people in the comment section that were saying, in fact, if this man stands for, the presidential seat, I'm voting for him. I'm just like, guys, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think, but then the other thing that I also realized from the comment section is Zambians are very like we hold on to the value of family so much. You get what I mean? Like this thing for I'm your friend, you're not supposed to betray me. You get what I mean, right? So even through the comment section, I think majority of them were saying this man was with you. Like this man stayed up all night to like help you win. And then now it's like you forgot it, so like
like so remember Gary Nkombo was minister of local government and then he was fired, I think it wasn't last year. Early this year. We're in June, right?
I think we're in May.
Whoa, we're in May.
No,
was he fired last year?
I think it was last year.
It was last year.
It was last year, right?
Yeah.
He was fired. We don't know why he was fired. We've never heard any official. So he's fired, right? He's no longer part of government.
Yeah.
He's as well fired from the party. So it's that thing where he had as well never said anything.
Yeah.
The UPND never said anything.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, what's happening? So we actually thought that because he's fired, maybe he will still bounce back in the party. And as well news came out to say, oh no, he will not. He wasn't picked to stand in Mazabuka. They chose somebody else. And I think, was it 2 days before the nominations for their constituency, people went to his house to tell him to say, we want you to stand. And then he decides to, he's like, okay, I'll go file in my nominations. And there he's going to file in. And then
the supporters
were
waiting for him. Because apparently, rumor has it on the ground that they don't call them cadres.
They call them
supporters.
No, they are called angels.
The angels, they were doing the Lord's work. The angels came to do the Lord's work and beat him up. Like
Angel Gabriel.
Angel Gabriel Angel Michael was fighting and but so the confusion, right, is interesting. Remember in 2021, it was the PF beating up the others. But then this time around, it's different. It's the same team beating. Like,
it's crazy.
Like I don't know how to put it. Is it?
And what's shocking is you know how Zambians are. Even if I was to post a side picture of you and say this man has done this, trust, they will find your face, right? So there's one particular man where I think in the video where Gary is standing and Mrs. Nkombo is standing in front of him, and like there's a whole back and forth between her and this man, right? So people find this man and say, actually, this man works for State House.
Yeah, there are pictures of him with the president.
And I'm like, okay. And a particular picture that shocked me the most was, I think there's a very, very odd picture of like him and the president. I think they were coming out of prison or something like that.
I think it was like was it the airport or something, I think.
Okay, yeah. But I'm like, you can't say that this is just any other ordinary person. It's not like they get Lydia and say, we'll give you a bag of mini meal, go and do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, this is somebody that these guys have probably had conversations before. They've sat down in the same rooms before. So it's crazy. And the saddest thing is we never really know what actually.
Yeah, of course. And he's of course fighting it. He's saying that I'll make sure that it goes to court and this guy is going jail. So, but I don't really know what's happening because he as well is coming out super strong.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting. Of
we'll
course, people were on the side of you should find in this life, you should find a good woman to be on your side, somebody who will be able to fight for you. Like I'm like, Nama, think pieces, but like you know, like on social media, like we just pick on. Like, you even write long posts about how a good wife should be, like, and then others were like, she's a good wife because look, he's able to take her to all these different places. Now. They travel together. Now you who doesn't even take me anywhere. Like, Zambian social media is always like. I think sometimes we go through so much pain that we find something to just help us numb whatever we're going through. Like we just enjoy. Like.
Yeah. Before Wana comes in, I think the one thing that I still find very, for lack of a better term to use, funny, is how in the video we have, I think, like 3 or 4 ZP officers.
Yes.
And they're all just saying, you know, like there's no, like you can see it's just like them talking. But I'm like, guys, if things flipped, I don't think would actually be just talking and speaking English. It would have just been like, carry this person in their clothes, carry this person. Because even the video of him walking into, I think, the nomination center and whatnot, we can see people literally running to like try and strangle this man. Yeah. But like they're just there, like, and I'm just like, interesting. You need to know someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Yes, what did you want to say?
Oh, I just want to say that whole scene was quite a blessing in disguise for him because it gained him so much credibility.
Come on,
and
Piara.
If he was to stand for president, at least he's known, yes, but like that whole event just gave him so much, you know, his wife also, like it's just, it was a blessing in disguise for him, if I'm being honest.
As a nation, we don't know what we want. Remember in 2021 when we would hear the name Haivi Hamududu. Like just the name.
Oh my God.
We're just like, he has to be president.
And again, the problem is Zambians always, they'll be with you. Then they'll be like, takumbuka voenzo chita iwe.
Zambians are very...
Unatipisha msiti market. Unatita ila kachasu yatu.
Zambians hold grudges. I was about to say we, but I'll just say Zambians hold grudges.
Ulimwana wako alesa sulako la pepa.
I never follow that credibility thing for no, because people have switched their like towards someone. Then I'm like, that means it to work for them. Yeah. Simon Mwewa huyo. Example.
Anyways, so yeah, it's been quite an eventful week. Oh, another person who stood for MP is Chishimbaka Mbwiri.
Wait, I saw a video, but then I was trying to ask myself, I'm like, wait, is this an old video?
No, it's a current video. Like, it's a recent. Yes. So he's standing for Ron, Member of Parliament. He was MP, I think, from 2006.
On the Copper Boat
to like what till 2019 when he was because he was in prison, so his seat was taken from him, so he's standing again now. Another person is Mao Sampa standing as independent. Another person is Dr. Chitalu Chilufya standing as independent as well. Now these 3 people a few months ago all wanted to be president.
I want it's
Me, I have a question for you, Mr. Man.
Yes.
Like, if you are like maybe like these people, let me say maybe Chishimbaka Mbwiri, with what he went through, like everything is going through because of politics. Say in that period where he lost his brother, then he was sick.
Yes.
Then
he was even I think he was in the road accident.
Yes. Then they never even respected that he's from losing his brother and he's sick. They were still doing their investigations, dragging him to court. Like, if you were someone, like, if you think about it, would you really want to go back again? Looking at how you were treated, like that whole thing, like, would you want to go back while you already have money?
You know, like, it's a drag. I feel it's a drag. Like being in power is a drag because one of the things which so Obi Chomba,
Yeah.
he's standing for Munali MP,
Mhm.
right? I think most of the times, like, I would find him to say, "Oh, the students are like
Around you, go,
honorable, honorable." Like,
Yeah.
and I always ask him to say, like, when you go home, how do you feel? Because this whole applause is no longer there.
Mhm.
And the reasons why I'm telling him that, it's that most politicians want that. The honor, the prestige.
Mhm.
You're called honorable. You're an honorable member
Yeah.
of, so
Honorable.
that honor, that prestige which comes with these titles is what people want to hold on to. So they don't want to let go of power. Because immediately you let go of that, you're like what? In
You become
poverty.
more
Like, yeah, we are the same. We'll go to the same
Mhm.
hospitals, we'll go to the same
Yeah.
spaces. But then if you have that honorable title when you're sick and in critical condition, they might fly you
Speed.
to India. They might
No,
fly
they
you
might
to South
just-
Africa. They might fly you
You
to
might not
to
come
the
back.
UK. Well, then you
Yeah.
might come back dead. Anyways, so
And yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
a lot has happened in our political space. Another one, crazy one is Sean Tembo
Man of
the-
God.
at the Pep Assemblies of God.
Guys, it's just I don't.
Anyways,
Lord.
before we talk about Sean Tembo, you spoke about the police officers, right? I didn't
Mhm.
answer that question. One of the things which we've seen happen in our nation is that when the ruling party people are doing their things, like the police
Yeah.
don't react.
Mhm.
Because if you react, you might lose your job.
Yeah.
So imagine maybe the orders came from higher up, and then you decided to, hey, Sumgashte, Kanshi, and then you are fired. So it's those things where, in the fact that this is a political year, and it's great. I remember there's a police officer who was like, guys, is this the same UPND? Or like he's
Yeah.
like shocked.
He's
So
like
guys,
shocked.
why do you have this confusion? Like
Yes.
it's and
Too
it was a
much.
police officer like
Yeah,
asking them, like,
asking,
I'm trying
going
to balance it. Like
Yeah.
you guys have, because look, they have all their freedom to do whatever
Yes.
they want to do. For example, when people were filing in their nominations, the numbers were super strict
Yeah.
for other candidates.
Yeah.
Look at how Mulungushi was so packed with the president's
Yo,
people.
like, so this is the question I want to ask. Sorry to cut you short, right?
Mhm.
Mubanga, please make me understand how, or maybe fine, would need like a human rights, what's the word,
Mhm.
expert and whatnot, to just make me understand how we're going to say we have a freedom of expression and the freedom of speech, right? And the freedom to like move around and whatnot. But like, there's still like a limitation. Because look, most of these government institutions they exist as an institution despite being ruled by the state. But remember, the state isn't like ruled by like the ruling government. I don't know if you get it. I mean, like, I feel like we should still be able to make decisions despite Mubanga being the boss of Umubanga if there's a way the system is run. Do you get it? I mean, but
Yeah.
then now what happens is because Mubanga is the boss, there's an infusion of Mubanga even in the way the institution is run. You understand what I mean? Like now we're scared of questioning Mubanga simply because he's the boss, and he might fire me by virtue of me sitting as chairperson of Umubanga. You get it? I mean, so I think that's what's crazy.
So there has to be like a proper separation of powers,
Yeah.
and just making sure that government institutions run at what autonomously, right?
Yeah.
Yes, independently. So say for example, when I give you the task to be able to lead the charge of Umubanga, like you're the person in charge,
Yeah.
right? All I do is give you the proper KPIs.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I'm going to fire you is if you haven't,
Messed up the KPI.
and that's in a specific time frame.
Yes.
But then if everything is going well and then you decide to make a comment on something, or you did not agree with something,
Yeah.
I think there's a time Edgar Lungu was about to travel out, and there's somebody who signed a document allowing him to travel,
Yeah.
and that person was fired.
Yeah.
So you get it, okay?
Yeah.
And this person did not do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like, look, he's got all the proper documentation. Why should I keep him?
Let me
So
let him go.
so we really need to have a proper separation of powers where the police officers are not intimidated to so because it's a ruling party will
checks
be
and
able to.
balances.
So so it's really a hard game. And
With
of course,
yeah.
look, everybody's saying, oh, the government is doing this, and then the next government which will come in will still use the same. The UPND guys are like, we'll change. Now the angels,
Yeah.
they're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
So
Angel Michael. Yeah.
Speaking of now coming to Sean Tembo and his church organization.
PP.
So two things in my head is number one, when Sean Tembo did not do their proper due diligence to check before filing in their nominations, they were supposed to check.
I think
Sean Tembo is an accountant, right?
Yes, he is. Yes.
And I know he's got lawyers in his. He's got people. He's got a general secretary to be able to make sure that all those documents are ready and proper. Like,
I think maybe it's also like maybe the excitement of it.
The excitement of what?
And you know how do I put it? It's the same thing being in power. You know what I mean? And I think maybe they just wanted to like we must, you know what I mean, and not necessarily sit down and do like thorough checking. I think that's what's crazy. Because
another possibility can be, because look, if I'm going to register something, when I reach, I'll probably tell you what I want. So how come me, I've told you I want to register a party, then you register a church for me?
No, so look, Sean Tembo's no. So Sean Tembo stood in 2021. He participated in the elections. That's where how come everybody knew him as Sean Tembo Zero.
Yeah.
Like, you get it. So it's not. So this change happened like a few weeks ago. Yes, a month or a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's when the change happened. So they went to the registrar and then they were told to say, oh, the person who changed this was actually at an internet cafe who changed all these details, right? So, number one, so that's why I say two things. Number one, why didn't Sean Tembo do the proper due diligence, proper checks and balances, right? And then number two, it feels like there's some hands in the background, like trying to mess up political parties. For example, the PF, till date, the PF issues in the courts of law. We have two parallel people. Parallel.
Come on now.
English.
Yeah.
Dope up. So, you have, what's his name? Robert Charinga and Mao Sampa. Both of them are claiming to say PF is mine.
Yeah.
And then that's how come now in a brand Munduwile had to go find another party in some way, like to just form up something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot happening. Another person who expressed those grievances was State Council, what's his name? John Sangwa. Remember, he bowed out of the race because he's like, oh, the registrar did not allow us to be able to go through with the registration, and stuff like that. So so it feels like there are a lot of hands in the background.
Heavy on their hands, I think. And also, you're not the first person I've heard who said this, because what's happening is, I'll give you an example, because currently we don't have like any proof. Like the man who said, like there was a whole issue of, no, this man is bankrupt. Next thing you know, he's saying 5 billion and whatever. We have so much. If you're going to say, if you Umubanga today, you're going to stand and say, I want to stand as this, trust that from nowhere, we'll hear that there's this going on, you know? And I think that's what's crazy, because now it means that we have, how do I put it? You know when you've got like a large scope, right? But then now it keeps on being shrunk. And then now it just feels like, okay, we only have one mic left. The rest of the mics are not working, because there's always a fault being found in these things. But the question is, why isn't the fault being found in the main mic?
Because we make sure that the main mic is properly kept.
Crazy scenes.
Yeah, so a lot is happening. And speaking of the other confusion in the ruling party, the UPND, is that majority of their candidates were popping up with adoption certificates, like iolina nati signature of a president and a general secretary like it everywhere. And top of the agenda was a thing, Mao Sampa. Oh no, not Mao. Simon Mwewa Lane and Keti Nanyangwe. Yeah, so there was that confusion happening. Simon Mwewa even bowed down to say, I will not even stand.
And I think I don't know, I think I was on the road and somebody was talking and they were like, I think the people that are giving him threats are probably just like angels or
No, they were the angels. They were even on record. Like
it's crazy.
it was the angels, like the angels in red.
Amen.
Yeah, so it was the angels giving him the threats.
crazy.
He'd say, "Oh no, I'm not going to stand due to I spoke to my family, I did all these things," and then the next day he was filing a nomination. Now, funny thing is that Katie was arrested together with the NGOCC board chairperson, Beauty Katewe, because of trying to disturb the peace. They were arrested. So like there's a lot happening, it's how do I put it? Like I think the confusion is just like too much. Like
there's so much noise happening.
Yes.
And I think the saddest thing is it's leaving people confused.
Yeah.
Because also right now we 70% of the people in Zambia get their news online, right?
Yes.
And the fact that even the noise itself is coming from social media, it means that so many people are confused. And already we have Zambians who are lazy to read. So that's the blend of laziness and the confusion and the noise is really just crazy. So we have, it's really, really dangerous, even just like for the future towards where we're going, because now people might start having the registration that every time there's politics, it's confusion,
Yeah.
So I might as well not just participate, but just wait for the drama to happen. So I think that's what's crazy. So yeah.
Yes, what do you want to say?
What is it? Simon Levin reposted a video where he said something against women. Then like everyone was like, it retrended. Like everyone was just like, that's what he did.
Oh my God.
Some of them were like, we haven't forgotten, so he thought we forgot
Digital
it.
footprints are real.
Like any person who is online, we actually, when did you join Facebook?
When I was in grade 7.
What year, Lydia?
What year?
2018.
So 2018, right? So how you used to write in 2018, some of the things you used to talk about in 2018, do you see your Facebook memories? Do you like your Facebook memories?
I think the question is this. Are you still using the same account?
Yeah, I used to using the same account.
Yes, but most of the writings I used to do, I deleted them. My pictures, actually, I also want to delete them. I started deleting, just that there are a lot. I started deleting some.
It's Lydia got tendai.
Yeah, I started deleting some, but yeah.
Those were the two my names.
Queen Shan got Shan.
I never used. I think from the onset I've just think.
You are such an innocent child.
No, but there's certain things which I see, which I used to post like in 2011. I used to be a football fan at some point. Like I'm just like, hey, that was me. Like,
oh my God.
But any person, like even the podcast, right?
Yeah.
There are certain things which you said innocently, which will be used against us. That's how come. Like, if for example you want to hold the president accountable, just go to his Facebook, go to his Twitter, go to his like you will find all these people like saying all these different things. Like you will find all these.
Over the weekend, I was with an aunt of mine, and she says, "So you know how? Because right now, everywhere I seated, at least like if you're seated in the midst of people who are like sound, right? Trust politics will be brought up.
Yeah,
right.
You just say, but
yeah. So like somebody said the same thing, right? And next thing he says, "Me, I don't like him," and I'm like, "What's wrong?" Mofya, he said he was going to reduce the dollar, but the dollar is still high. And I'm like, but how do you genuinely expect it to like flip overnight? And she's even
look, 14 hours.
I remember the graphs when you used to go and point that the economy has bended, and people will be like, "Oh, why are you showing us graphs?"
I think it was every month he used to do press briefings. At some point, so what? We have a lot going on. Like we have a lot going on.
It's like how it's cheaper than anyone now can go to State House.
Oh my God.
As
But
long
they
as-
don't go to see the president.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, it's just cheaper
No,
now.
but I'm actually happy that State House is now open.
I think it's a good,
It's a good thing
one
because
thing I'm
it
still
used to
sad about
be
is
locked.
I wish that
But
day
to
when UNZA students
who?
went, I wish I went.
But
Yeah.
to who is the best question?
not
To who? Okay,
Not-
let's do this. Let's try and call Jito and ask him to invite us to State House.
and
We can
have,
actually
and have
do
him
that.
on the podcast.
Yes, and have him on the podcast.
Tell him.
Yeah,
Interesting.
like we can do that. So one of the things now, which because back then, like State House was closed up, like you need a specific
Yeah.
invitation. But now, if you have a voice, if you have innovation, like it's open like that. Of course, you might not see the president, but the fact that you have an opportunity to be able to enter, like
Mhm.
it's a good thing. It's no longer feeling far fetched. Yeah, I think one of the beautiful things I've had so far is the fact that right now in my head or mind, no one is far away. They are all one phone call away.
Okay, that's good.
Like, who knows? Maybe we can have the president on the podcast.
Who knows? I think the other thing I wanted to say is Wana, not for the 100 kwacha. She was asking me if I was going to go to State House for the 100 kwacha. No, but just to go and see it. But I think what I want to say is it's very good that they have opened up the initiative of State House being, not that it actually has been opened, but the fact that people are able to like come in, it shows that. Okay, let me give you this example. You know, if you had grown up in a place where if you're just grown up in a war fence, you would believe that life is just about the war fence, right?
Yeah.
Not until you step out. So for me, it's the fact that people are able to look at life from a whole different lens and aspire to be. You know what I mean? Because at times we just aspire to be politicians for the sake of you thinking, okay, I'll also be giving money and whatnot, but actually not understanding what it is, like what it actually means to serve, what spaces you're in. I think there's a particular aunt of mine that I'm really, really grateful for. You know, I would look at life in a certain lens, but it was not until I started associating with her that I'm like, oh, okay, this is normal, and things like that. So it's important that I actually even the fact that now they've introduced the whole issue of like youths taking up parliamentary seats, I think the inclusivity is good in the sense that it allows for people to look at life like it's not just like in the now, like there's so much more to life, you know. So I think it's really, really good. It helps people look at life like there's more. It's not just at my place where we eat chimpapita.
You see, Abena Swanky when they State House.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
my dear.
Thank you. You know?
Yeah, like, but yeah. And anyways, the president doesn't even stay there. So
So now, I feel like now we should actually be open for what's the word? Like, what's the thing?
tourism. Well, of course, they can never open it for
They can't open
tourism
it,
because
but
that's where official business is done
done.
every day. So
Yeah.
he goes to community house to sleep, and then all official business is done at State
State
House.
House.
So yeah. What else made headlines?
Isaac Pomboloka Isaac.
Oh, Isaac Pomboloka and his names. Motivational speaker. Like,
You know the amount of people that have lost opportunities because of this same thing. And you know, I think we actually need to have a proper system around birth certificates, birth records, Nawaku NRC. Because it's too much. Like it's crazy. I remember I think recently, because my young sister is in grade 12 and she says, Mofya, they've told me that they need my birth certificate, birth certificate for me to
Mr.
like write.
Umubanga checking his certificates for me.
no, so you see, come.
Even yours
No,
has the
like-
wrong spelling.
Yes,
That's
this
not how they
one
spell your
has
name.
the wrong spelling. These two have got 3 of my names, and then my grade 7, 9, 12 have 2 of my. It's just Dennis Kabwe,
Yeah.
no M, no Mobanga, right?
Confusion.
And look, I told them in I think that was what primary grade
Yeah.
7. I think because you transition with those
Yeah.
names. Like I have 3 names, but Spencer of Invaders.
I think
Mhm.
because me it happened to me in high school. Like they had put my other name, and I said I never wanted it there.
Yeah.
I had to. For me, I used to go to the guidance like every time before I read my grade 7. I would say I don't want this name there. So he had to
Kendai.
change. Yes, he had to change it and just put like Lydia Mawe. And for me, all my documents, I make sure even when I went to do my NRC registration, I remember this woman attaching the I and the A. So I'm like, where I will go, certain people would say it's one letter. I had to go back and make her to reprint it because I'm like, no. Certain people, because
So
they
what are your actual names?
Tendai Lydia Mawea.
Mhm.
Also,
But
Tenda is first.
yes,
Okay.
but on my all my documents is Lydia Mawea. So even for Isaac, when he was explaining like
No, but
everything-
your NRC is wrong from all your document. So it means that. So one other thing which Isaac I think made a mistake on was this, right? He was supposed to go to a commission of oaths to make sure that they authenticate to say all these documents I'm bringing they're for one person.
Okay.
So you go to a commission of oaths to make sure that all your documents are in order.
Yeah.
So, for example, the same way my high school, primary, and junior secondary stuff is not in tandem with my other documents, is that I have to combine them and tell them to say, guys, it's either I go back to ECZ to change, or I go to a lawyer or a law firm to make sure that they properly coordinate
But
everything.
for him, wasn't it the problem with? It's like his certificates had Isaac Pomboloka, right? Then I don't know if is it the registration thing that they usually go with?
NRC and your
No,
no, it's your NR. I think so. They needed
for him. It was his registration for the party at first. So the registration for the party they put Pomboloka Isaac. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's very important to pay attention to documents when they're giving you. Pay attention. Me, there are times where I refuse. Even when they misspell my surname, they remove you. I say no. You reprint it because I won't carry a surname that's not mine. So I think paying attention, because even in school, so me, I can't even blame the ECZ people because initially even schools, remember when you're writing your grade 7, when they look at maybe your ID, there's a different name, and on your desk there's a different name. Maybe it's the same name but different arrangement. Remember they used to refuse. They'd say no, you're not writing the exams. You have to go and call the guidance, then they come and cover. So it's just a way of putting order.
I think my stance is both have a role to play. What do I mean? I'll give you a very clear example of myself. If I don't put my middle name, people think my first name is my last name or vice versa, right? So I think the person who was inputting should have clearly asked for like proper clarity in terms of the name registration, but also even before he stepped out, he should have checked. So there's this. I think it's both ways. So both of them were supposed to like double check with each other as compared to just like
and that's my So my point is the whole thing of him arguing with those guys. Those guys were doing their job. That's their job, and what they were doing is correct. Pomboloka Isaac Pomboloka, like it's correct what they were doing. It's not consistent with what their rules like are and something like that. So I think for him, what he would have done was to say, oh, okay, you're saying this, there's still time. Let me go get maybe, as he said, maybe an oath you bring to say, okay, this is what's happening. Or maybe you go to the police, they draft you something, at least. Because it's not about fighting people, it's about solving the problem. And I think that's what most politicians usually don't look at. They usually like fighting people because everything that happens them, they think of it in a political stance. No, they just don't want me to stand. Well, they don't even know you.
To find out Lydia's age.
So
good Lord.
You want me to sing? Glory to God.
Glory to God.
For me, I think this whole, sometimes yes, politics usually have, they are dirty, but sometimes we lie for them because sometimes you know deep
You know
down.
what? Let me go even look for my my voter's card.
Yes. So you know. So you know deep down your heart to say deep down your heart to say these people they're telling me that
saying that
there's no there's nothing that's like this thing is not consistent, right? Instead of you going to change or do something about it, you want to fight them. No, they don't want me to stand. Boss,
they want me down. They want
you are
me
a youth
suffer.
who is
They want
standing,
me-
at least if it was a presidential seat, like you're just a person standing for, I don't know if it's MP or what. Why are they going to fight you? Maybe they don't even know you.
No, like, you see, the other thing is that, do you know that these guys have got numbers? Like, they can destabilize the flow of things. Like, so don't look at them as just small boys and all. That's why people like Chishimba Kambili might win. Mausampa might win. Yeah. You see, the thing is that
Yeah.
so when his seat was taken away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
His political party won back that seat. Why? Because of his name. And he knows how to speak to people. He just speaks in Bemba.
And people know that man. And
He
people
gives
love
the he gives the Bemba proverbs.
Yeah.
people love
yeah.
that man. And people just naturally love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa, you know that he became mayor.
Mm-hmm.
After being mayor, he went back
Good.
to being MP.
You know what I've remembered?
Mm.
Baba Nusam.
Vijana kani laini.
No, like I haven't seen him in the scenes. So like
Oh,
I'm
he's
like,
in
No,
jail.
you
He's
should
in
go and
jail.
visit him.
He's
You should go
in
and
jail.
see
He's in jail.
'Cause
Hey, look, you miss him, ka?
I miss him for real. I do.
him. My wife.
Have you seen my wife?
Wife's perfume. Carrying Combo's wife. And his wife would get along.
Okay,
so
we've had a lot of people in the nation like just doing crazy things. I think before we wrap up, two things.
Yeah.
We'll end with the other one, but I saw in the morning there's a gentleman who used to own a mobile bar.
Yeah. What's his name?
Brian
Brian.
Pingani or something.
Yeah, Pingani.
I actually didn't know him. Only like
I knew him through his friend. There's a friend of his who
Eric.
Eric who cooks. So they would create like so much content together.
Yeah.
So that's where I knew him from,
Yeah.
because he was very loud.
So, of course, he's trending online because, quote unquote, it said that he was.
He died in a road traffic
Yes,
accident.
he died in a road traffic
Yeah.
accident, but then because.
Yes.
Yes, he used to work at Intercontinental,
Yeah.
but majority of the buzz is coming from the comments from the post. I think Fashion Police Zambia made a post,
Yeah.
and then people were there to say, "So, but he's burning in hell," like
Yes.
because it's alleged that he was gay.
Yeah.
It's alleged. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were there, like throwing stones, like, "Oh,
Mhm.
hey, how can he rest in peace when all these things he used to
Yeah.
do were terrible and all?" And I feel like it's a terrible way. I think as a
Look at life.
nation, we should, is it what, empathize or sympathize or tutuma words?
Sympathize.
We should sympathize with the family in mourning, the friends
Yeah.
as well, and pray for them.
Sympathize.
Kaya,
okay.
thighs.
Thighs.
Yeah, thighs. I mean, it now sounds weird. So, yeah. So,
Sympathize,
yes.
sympathize.
We should be able to stand in prayer for the people remaining. We don't know. In one thing we should do, especially as Christians, because not most of us. I am a Christian. I do not profess. I confess that I'm a Christian. Most of the people in this nation profess Christianity but do not live
Confess
it.
Yeah.
And the way we live it is by showing love,
Mm.
regardless of who it is, regardless of somebody's sexual orientation or whatsoever. Like, judgment does not belong to us. The only people, do you know the only people we can judge? I can judge you. If you're living in sin, I'll judge you because we're in the same community. We're in the same faith.
Yeah.
So I can be able to tell you to say what you're doing is wrong. But for those who are not yet in Christ, all we do is pray for them.
Yeah.
All we do is say, God, may you have mercy over them. May you watch over them. So it's really, really important. But it's really, really sad seeing how much hate, how much stones we are throwing. Judgment does not belong to us. It belongs to God. And we should be able to pray for people because, yes, we don't know what his orientation was, and we should not bash them based off that. It's like me saying I hate Ben Lombe.
Yeah.
Hate should not be part of my vocabulary.
Yes.
God is love.
Yeah.
I should be able to share love. Despite me not agreeing with whatsoever he does, I should not speak of hate. I should not speak in a hateful tone. I should not throw stones, but I should be able to pray for them.
Yeah. It brings me back to the conversation we had last week, where I think something we're echoing or rather talking about is how we say that, look, your Christianity is not based off you standing on a pulpit. It's in the secret places. It's when people are not watching. And I think what's sad is probably for to go back to the comment section and DM those people that were saying such, they'll tell you to say I'm a Christian, you know.
Yep.
So I really think first things first is let's not be quick to like look at other people, but like who are we? Like what's our heart posture like? How's my relationship with my God? You know, and I think it would have been different if we had more people saying, I'll speak a prayer despite him being dead. You know what I mean? So I feel like we need more.
Of course, the prayer is not for him
It's
who
not for
has
him.
died.
Yeah,
it's for
yeah,
the
but
people
like,
who have remained. That
yes.
God, may you watch over them
Yeah.
and preserve them. Like,
So it's. I think also the other thing that I would like to share to transform people's lives is, look, let's not constantly look at the now. You know, like yesterday I lost my life. Like I almost lost my life in a flip second. Like
what happened?
Woman of God,
please.
let me transform someone's life.
No,
Come on, deeper
but what
side.
I want to say is, as well, like getting back, you know that thing where like, so we're behind a truck and he was trying to be like Superman and whatnot. So what happened is he joined, but then he didn't say that there was a truck coming. I was flying, right? But thank God for the truck that was like ahead of us. I managed to then you like got back, but like I saw my life flash before my eyes. Yeah, but oh my God. Yeah, but like what I want to say is, life is really. You can wake up today and like lose your life. Like that's just.
And actually, the thing is that sinner, Christian, death will still come. There's nothing like Yes. So let's aim to live lives that are upright before God, not before man. You know, and let's be of love, that we should be able to pray for others. So yeah. Yeah. I think in closing, as we close, our brother in the Lord. Do you know our brother in the Lord? Our man of God. Our man of God. Prophet Israel Jacobs Munyeo. So I think we've spoken about making Jesus famous here before. So they transitioned. They rebranded.
I think rebranding is right.
Rebranded from making Jesus famous to Jesus global community. So I think he will come through in the comment section and comment and put the link to join the community. Yeah. So we wish them all the best, and it was actually a great joy because I served as chairperson for making Jesus famous from the onset.
Give you flowers.
Yeah, so make sure you join the community. Just check out Jesus Global Community and just be a part of just preaching God's word. And anyways, before we close, yes, what did you? Yes, what's up?
Jesus.
Yeah. So before you close, I have this one question that a friend of mine asked me, saying, "Does it ever get better? Like, do we ever make it?
Do we ever make it?
Yeah. Does it
faith?
I think.
Actually, the question was, does it get better? Yes.
Does it get better?
Yes.
Yes. However, do we stop doing what we're doing? I think we strive for more. We strive for better. I think when we get to a place of comfort, even with business, like just get to a place where the business is generating money. You are able to live well. You're able to do whatever you're doing. And if there's more coming, it's a plus. Of course, if the more comes, it means that then your life is upgraded. So it gets better. And then you now look for more betters. And so it's we strive for better. But yes, it does get better.
It does get better.
Hopefully I've answered your question. So in closing, before I close, how would you feel if I were to call you my brother on my status? And then the whole world is seeing.
You're my brother.
We're in the Lord.
You are my big brother. You're not my big brother.
We are.
You're not my brother.
I wasn't happy. And
What?
you know, funny thing is that
You're not proud.
No, chill. So I met him, I'm like, Iwi, would be my big child. Did he tell you? Like?
Yeah, I think he did mention. He was like, Mwanga was asking me to say, do I have pictures? And I'm like, oh, interesting. I'm like, you didn't tell him. And he says, I think they were not ready at the time. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. He's my brother. And you know the funny thing is, we walked into certain spaces and people were like, you guys are siblings. I'm like, yeah, that's my big brother. And he hates it. But you're my big brother. We're brothers in the Lord. When we go to heaven, we're going to be called what?
You're not proud.
Anyways,
Congratulations, chair.
Why? On your
Congratulations, big brother. We
big
thank God for your
day,
graduation.
on your
We
big
pray that
day.
the Lord blesses you with a job.
On your big day, Mundati
I love you
brother.
with the love of Christ.
yay. My sister's in the Lord. You see why?
My brother in the Lord.
Zampeleka kulaf Sunday next year.
Ni mankara busy.
Anyways, calling love of their lives brothers. Anyways, Monty.
Majenzi aba.
Big
My
brother. Anyways,
chair.
yeah, we close. We move on with our lives. Wait, what else have we left? Did we leave out anything? I think which? I don't think I believe that video.
I haven't seen it as well.
I saw it. Well, the way it was looking, I just saw it. I'm like, nah. For my sanity, I will not watch.
No.
You know, one of the things which I don't do is I don't watch anything and everything sent. I'm just like, I'll just be like 2 seconds in, and then I'm just like, for my mental health, no.
No, it's fine.
Like,
The event that's happening in showgrounds for the.
oh, the event, Pastor Nick Vucic. Vucic or
Pastor Nick. We stick to Pastor Nick.
Yeah, he's in Zambia for the Arise Champions Arise program. Yeah, which
and I think from the because I've had so many people buzz my phone like, are you here? I think from the sound of things, it looks like people did turn up.
Yeah, they did turn up. If he didn't have the artists, I don't think people are going to turn up. Like, so, yeah.
His marketing team did well.
And the fact that they advertised in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah, so it wasn't much. I think DJ Asunga Pitego Chena pa Zambia, because I see it many times even with artists.
Okay.
You find that an artist is up Sunga Pitireko Che. They're headed to ASA, and then Mupitireko Che. And then they'll show up, and then they'll even tell us to say, oh no, there'll be a VVIP meet and greet, and then you even pay your 1.6. Then you just even find yourself in a group picture.
With group picture.
That's why Chris Brown is the only person who does.
Then for this guy, they had put him that he's going to perform, but his performance was cancelled. I was wondering why.
Moto
Zambia.
I don't know. We'll talk about it when we find out from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've been informed. Transformed by Mofya's...
as well as inspired. Brother.
Yeah.
Love your brothers. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, so may the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Be kind. Spread love.
Be kind. Yeah, spread love, as the chairwoman has said.
As a child of
God.
Bye-bye.